Under the soaring Gothic arches of Westminster Abbey, a moment of royal tradition unfolded with quiet grandeur as Catherine, Princess of Wales, and Prince William arrived for the annual Commonwealth Day service, one of the most symbolic gatherings in the royal calendar. The Prince and Princess of Wales appeared relaxed and radiant as they stepped out to join senior members of the royal family, including King Charles and Queen Camilla, for the celebratory event that brings together representatives from across the 56 nations of the Commonwealth. For royal watchers, however, all eyes quickly turned to Catherine. At 44, the Princess of Wales once again demonstrated why she remains one of the most admired royal figures on the global stage. Dressed in a striking navy coat dress by the late royal favorite Catherine Walker, Catherine blended timeless elegance with a subtle nod to vintage royal fashion. The tailored design featured bold, structured shoulders reminiscent of classic 1980s silhouettes, balanced by a beautifully pleated skirt that moved gracefully as she walked through the Abbey courtyard. The deep navy color choice carried its own quiet symbolism, dignified, formal, and perfectly suited to the solemn yet celebratory nature of the day. Catherine completed the look with a matching wide-brimmed hat trimmed with delicate netting, adding a touch of classic royal drama to the ensemble. Over the years, the princess has become known for her carefully curated headwear, from sleek pillbox hats to jeweled headbands. But this particular piece struck a balance between modern sophistication and traditional royal style. Her glossy brunette hair fell in soft curls beneath the hat, while her makeup remained characteristically natural and luminous, reinforcing the understated elegance that has become her signature. Yet perhaps the most meaningful element of Catherine's appearance lay in the jewelry she chose. The princess wore the historic Bahrain pearl drop earrings, a treasured piece from the collection of Elizabeth II. The elegant pearls once belonged to the late Queen and were originally gifted as part of a wedding present in 1947. A subtle but powerful tribute to the monarch whose reign defined the modern Commonwealth. Complementing the earrings was a stunning multi-strand pearl necklace, creating a look that blended personal remembrance with royal continuity. As the royal family members arrived at the Abbey, they were greeted by the Dean of Westminster and introduced to representatives from the Royal Commonwealth Society. Inside the historic church, filled with nearly 1,800 guests, diplomats, politicians, young leaders, and members of the creative community from across the Commonwealth. Moments later, the King and Queen made their entrance, warmly greeting those gathered in the receiving line before turning toward the waiting members of their family. In a touching moment that did not go unnoticed by onlookers, King Charles opened his arms with a broad smile as he welcomed his eldest son, Prince William. The brief exchange between father and heir carried the easy warmth of a family moment within the formality of a state occasion. But it was a small and unexpectedly humorous moment involving Catherine that soon drew quiet laughter among the royals. Traditionally, members of the family greet each other with a light kiss on both cheeks. However, Catherine's elegant, wide-brimmed hat proved something of a logistical challenge. As she attempted to lean in to greet the others, the brim made the customary gesture nearly impossible. The result? A ripple of giggles among Catherine, Queen Camilla, and Anne, Princess Royal. Princess Anne even offered a slightly apologetic smile, suggesting she wouldn't attempt the maneuver at all. Others opted for a cautious single-cheek greeting, wary of knocking their elaborate hats together. It was a fleeting moment of lightheartedness, but one that revealed the warmth and familiarity that exists behind the scenes of royal protocol. Soon after, the royal family formed a processional line behind the king as the service began, with the congregation rising for the national anthem. At the heart of the ceremony was the king's annual message to the Commonwealth, a tradition that reflects the unique role the monarch plays as symbolic head of the global association of nations. In his written address, King Charles described the Commonwealth as a precious network of countries bound not by power, but by cooperation, dialogue, and shared purpose. Yet the 2026 service also carried a subtle sign of changing times. For the first time in nearly 4 decades, the event was not broadcast live by the BBC. Instead, the broadcaster opted to air a popular property program, a decision that sparked debate among royal commentators and media analysts. BBC executives later explained that changing viewing habits and evolving broadcast strategies influenced the scheduling choice. But the move nonetheless fueled discussions about the shifting role of monarchy in the modern media landscape. Even so, inside Westminster Abbey, the sense of tradition remained unmistakable. For generations, Commonwealth Day has served as a powerful symbol of unity among nations spanning every continent. And as Catherine and William walked side by side through the historic Abbey, poised, smiling, and unmistakably central to the monarchy's future, many observers were reminded that the next chapter of royal leadership is already quietly taking shape. Elegant, composed, and increasingly influential on the world stage, the Princess of Wales once again proved that sometimes the most powerful royal moments are not the loudest, but the most graceful.